What was it like? How different was it for you growing up in Flint as opposed to JaVale? And JaVale, what was your experience like in Flint? And now, because when you hear Flint, the first thing you think of is the water crisis. Obviously, there's more to Flint than just the water crisis.
For sure.
So what was it like for you growing up in the 60s and 70s, Pamela, in Flint?
Well, people don't understand in the 60s and 70s, Flint had it going on.
Right.
A lot of African Americans migrated from the South because they was going into the shops.
Right.
The factories was working. So we had good school systems. There was Flint is the home of the UAW and the building of the Mott Foundation, which built the Ford wheels.
Right.
And so they donated a lot in the city. So we got per capita, most professional athletes that came in the NBA came out of Flint, Michigan, per capita in population. So we had a community school director program. I played every sport there was. The schools was open to 9 o'clock at night. And then after the factories closed, that's when Flint became a different story.
JaVale?
Well, I didn't get the factory Flint. I got the post-factory Flint.
Right.
And but when I was a kid,
that's real talk.
But when I was a kid, you don't really know what you're in. Like,
right.
You think this is just normal because you didn't experience anything better.
But that.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that bad for me. But looking back, I'm like, wow. After I went up, when I got to the league, I went back to one of the houses that I stayed in. I think it was on Keys Street. And I'm looking at it like, how did I even, like, this is like 1,000, 1,200 square feet, 2-bedroom.
Right.
Like, how does this even work? Like, and we one year we didn't have running water. We had an empty lot next to us. Like, it was rough, but at the time that wasn't rough. That was just normal.
JaVale.
Huh?
We had running water.
Okay, well, it definitely wasn't. Well, I ain't trying to get into the real details of us having crackhead neighbors who did our lawn, but used to do half of it.
I ain't hating on that because we did.
For sure.
The reason why is because I had owned the house and I owned it outright. And so, hey, we had to do what we had to do. I owned the house outright.
No one's doubting that, Ma. No one's doubting that. You good? You good now, so that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. You ain't got to cut no grass. You ain't got no crackhead neighbors.
You ain't got none of that.
I don't think you got any crackhead neighbors.
I hope not.
No, and that's real though. We were. We was. And then people don't understand, life hits you and you got to do what you got to do.
For sure.
And that's why I just say, but God.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.